Well, hello again everybody, welcome back to the AJS project. Well, I've had a bit of a busy time painting flames on the mud guards. I didn't film it because you've already seen me paint flames on the petrol tank, exactly the same process. But I did make a bit of a cock up on the front mud guard. You see this hole here? This is for the clip that holds the brake lines and it goes at the bottom of the mud guard. And I'd painted the flames coming up from here, so they'd be going backwards. They should really be on the front, going this way. So I've rubbed down the front mud guard, re-base coated it. I'm going to have to redo the flames on that. And if you remember last time, I also struggled to fit those grips I brought. They didn't seem to have all the necessary components to have a twisty throttle. So I've now bought another kit off eBay that seems to have much more promising looking components. So yeah, I've got two grips, one with a larger diameter hole in than the other. So I think that goes down there somehow, or that way. And then that obviously carries the cable. That threads on there. Go either way. Maybe not. That's a left-handed thread. And then we've got this, which I think undoes and traps that in there to give you a throttly action. Yeah, and then they slip on. So let's have a go at fitting those. So yeah, that goes together like that. I think that inner sleeve threads onto there with a reverse thread, and that sits in there like that, and then that tightens up onto the grip, onto the handlebar rather. Well, there we go, they're on. This is like a little throttle stop thing, so if you twist that in, it stops this going round. That actually does work like it could be a throttle. I don't really get these bolts in, they don't really seem to do anything. I thought it'd be like an expansion plug in the end there that grips the end of the bar, but of course you couldn't really have that on this throttly one, and it didn't really seem to have any effect on this one. But anyway, they look the part, don't they? And they're pretty secure, they're certainly not coming off. Well, we're back at the garage again, and Chaz has come to give me a hand lifting the engine in, haven't you, Chaz?
I have, yes.
Yeah, so
we'll get this lifted up and in there.
So we're going to crack on and get it in.
Done and see how we get on from there. And yeah, I don't think it's too heavy, is it?
I don't think so, no. Well, I've been moving it around. It's only a 250, isn't it, Chaz?
That'll be right.
So there we go, that is the engine in on the mount. Right, next thing we're going to do, put some oil in the engine, because I did drain it all out when I took it out of the bike all those months ago. And yeah, we've had a quick Google because we haven't really got a manual, and it does say 10W40 for the bike. Well, that's what Google AI says anyway. And it says about 1.6 litres, so we should have plenty here.
One litre.
One.
15, that'll do. And then,
yeah.
And then a top up.
Yeah, well, we'll see where it comes on the old dipstick, shall we?
Yeah.
So just give me funnel a bit of a clean, Chaz.
All right.
You always want to clean the funnel, don't you?
I've always found it's better to have a clean funnel in certain situations.
Yeah. Don't want to be one of the dirty funnel people, do you?
No, or even funnel less.
Yeah. Right. Right, here goes.
And it goes.
Has this got a sump plug on it, Chaz?
Oh, I hope so. Did you not? Sorry.
I was just wondering if I tightened it up.
Oh gosh.
We should probably check that, shouldn't we?
Can you get to it with the
Well, I assume we don't have to take the engine out to change the oil.
No, but I'm saying with the jack.
There's nothing coming out the bottom, is there?
You'd have to have a sump plug because you wouldn't get the oil out, would you?
There's nothing leaking out of it, Chaz.
So I think that'd be fine.
Let's work on the assumption that it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's leaking out there. Bit too keen on the putting too much in the funnel.
Exactly. It's taking a while to go in, isn't it?
Bit of an airlock, Chaz.
It sounds like the griever's blocked.
I think the strainer on this is a little bit... It's very thick oil, isn't it? 1040.
It is.
I tell you what, Chaz, pass us that other funnel. I think that other funnel's a bit better.
That smells very burnt oily.
Pass that other funnel, Chaz.
This one.
Yeah. Is that cleanish?
Yeah. Nothing in that's going to hurt it, but no.
No. That's a bit better, isn't it?
Yeah. Slower, slower, slower.
That's going in all right. Look at that.
Yeah.
As that strainer on there was slowing it down. It did say 1 to 1.6 litres, didn't it, Chaz? I've just chucked 1.6 in, haven't I?
Yeah. That's what I said to you. I was trying to say it, and you're like, get it in there. And I'm like, oh.
Well, you've got to get these things done, Chaz. Right, there we go.
I'm actually at the wrong angle to do that.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I was at the wrong angle, just, you know me.
Is the dipstick on the filler plug, is it?
Yeah.
I'd say that's maybe a bit full. Let's have that. Let's have it properly.
You can change your filter on it.
I haven't changed the filter on it, actually. I think it's got an internal strainer, isn't it?
Right.
I'd say that's perfect.
Yeah, I would. Yep, spot on.
Well, the next thing I think is to get the wiring harness into the bike, and this is the wiring harness. So yeah, somehow all this has to find its way back onto the bike. So actually we decided it was a bit early to be mucking around with the wiring loom. We decided to put the radiator on and get the coolant circuit all tightened up. So we're going to have a look, see if it holds coolant.
Well, let's get some coolant in this machine.
Yeah, so this is the coolant that come out of it, Chaz, but it looked quite clean when I
It
took
looks
it
alright,
out.
actually, yeah. Hold on.
It's roaring at us.
Yeah, is it all done up? All the clips done up? Have you checked all the hoses? The top ones on that?
Yeah, we did them all up, didn't we?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we did them all up. It's groaning well.
That's mad.
That's it. Might have to go and get some water. Can you mix this with water? Universal.
What's that stuff there? Oh, it's brake cleaner. Ready to use.
No dilution required.
But you can, that means.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, stick a drop of water in it.
Stick a drop. I'll go and get some water, Chaz.
Yeah, get some water in it.
Right, got some ordinary plain water now.
Jolly good.
Slightly contaminated with the dregs of antifreeze, I suppose. Oh, that'll be full then, Chaz.
Right.
Right, I'll pop the cap on and we'll go for a ride, shall we, Chaz?
Splendid idea.
There we go, look at that. Look.
Oh,
That's
look.
the finishing touch, isn't it?
That's it, we're done. Get it in the show.
So we decided the next thing we're going to do is clean up the carbs. Well, I'm not actually sure they are carbs. They seem like some sort of very crude fuel injection, but yeah, we've cleaned these bits so far in the ultrasonic bath. They've come up nicely, and yeah, now we're going to actually try what I guess are throttle bodies. Yeah, so we'll dunk them in, give them a go in the bath now. Now Chaz has reassembled the fuel injection throttle bodies, carbs, whatever they are, and I'm going to cut the silencers off these exhausts because they're completely rotted out underneath. Right, well, Chaz has headed home now because he's got some other stuff to get on with, so let's have a quick round up, see how we got on this morning. We've got these throttle bodies cleaned and ready to go back on. Last night I actually cleaned up the rear mudguard supports with the flat wheel and primed them and put some primer filler on them, so that's something I did last night. We've of course got the engine in and filled with oil, and we've got the radiator on and all the coolant pipes connected, and I have cut down these exhausts. So the next thing I think is to clean up the ends of these exhausts because they are a little bit raggedy. Right, I think I can probably finish the rest of that off with a file. So I was going to try painting the exhaust with barbecue paint, but I have got some exhaust wrap here, so I might have a bit of a go at wrapping the exhaust. Well, there you go, 2 heat wrapped exhausts. I might actually put a couple of extra clips around these areas, so they feel a little bit, well, this one does anyway. Yeah, I'm going to put an extra clip there and there. Well, I'm going to need some copper exhaust gaskets to put those back on the bike, which I haven't got, so I'm going to order those up. But yeah, a successful day today, and I think I'm very pleased with the progress. But that's what I'm going to call it a night for tonight, but we'll see you again very soon in the next one.